Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here today to do one of our famous Monday double headers, and we're starting off with a band that reached out to us. Actually, not the whole band reached out to us. The lead singer of the band reached out to me. Sent me a message. Matthias from Fintroll and Oceans. He sent me a message and he said, hey, I'm in this band, and I was like, another one? Not that I was surprised. I mean, he's Finnish.
Yeah.
They all have like 10 bands that they're a part of. You know what I mean? Like, they play triangle in one band, they sing in another, bass in the other, guitar in another. Like, they have a very diversified portfolio, if you will. So he sent me a message. He said, hey, I'm in this band. We're a very small band. We're releasing an album December 11th, and we have a video for one of the singles. Would you guys give it a spin on your channel? We want more people to know about us, to hear our music. We're a really small band on a very small label. Whatever you guys could do would be appreciated. To which I said, hey, you're in a band? I'm checking it out. I mean, so far you haven't steered me wrong.
Yeah.
When was the last time we heard this guy in a band that the band was no good? Hasn't happened yet. Yet. All right. So let's see what this has to offer. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Wow. Okay, anything else happening or? No. Okay. The video started off, it was like a Finnish version of the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
The whole video has a little bit of that found footage kind of feel to it. It has a little bit of a Blair Witch vibe to it. Anyways, what did you think?
Oh, I mean, that I gotta say, when it started out, I'm like, okay, and then as it kept going, it started getting more like, aggressive and faster, and I'm like, okay, and I was just hyping every time, every minute of the song was just hyping me up, and I was kind of wanting a little bit more in the end.
I don't disagree with you at all, but I think that's the whole
thing.
The whole vibe of it is make the song short, compact, and powerful. So it comes, it hits you hard, and it's gone. And then by the time it's finished, you want more of it.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it. You don't want it to overstay. Like you know what I mean. Like you want it leaving you wanting for more. When he mentioned to me this project, by the way, he's playing bass. I didn't even know he played bass. Like I mean, these Finnish guys,
like you
what
said,
the fuck?
They play everything, and then in each band they have like a different role.
Unreal, these guys. Like seriously, share some of the talent around. There's some of us who the only thing we can play is with our dicks. Come on, share some of that talent around. I mean, I'm really good at it, but still, I wouldn't make a band with it. Maybe I could.
Maybe
it would be interesting. Wow, imagine like that would be quite the live show. You know,
I don't know what you would call that band though.
The Jerk-Offs. I was going to say the Circle Jerks, but that name is taken already.
The Circle
All right,
Jerks.
so I love that band, by the way. So, anyways, I started listening to them because of the name of the band, which is kind of obvious. But then I actually like the music. But I don't want to get sidetracked. Huh?
Dickhead.
No, but that would be just me. That would be a solo project.
Oh, or Mushroom Cloud.
Mushroom Cloud. All right. Anyways, this is not going anywhere fast. All right, so let's move on. When he reached out and asked us to check out this song, this video, he mentioned that it's a punk black metal band. But this song is not very punk, he said. This song is more of like a rock and roll, rock and roll vibe to it. But he said overall,
it's a punk.
The album, the project, it's more of a black metal punk-driven sound. That makes sense. Because, I mean, it makes sense from what you're saying, the shortness of the tracks, because punk tracks tend to be very short, and they're very repetitive in the way they're coming across. But they pack a big punch in a short.
And they're straight to the point.
Straight to the point. There's no
beating around the bush.
Yeah, there's no fanciness about it. It's just like hard hitting.
Oh, that's another band name. Beating Around the Bush.
Beating Around the Bush. That's a great name for a band that has a guy jerking off. All right. So, anyways. So when he said punk black metal band, I was like, wow, that's an interesting
combination.
It's a very interesting combination because I actually feel like those two genres go very well together.
Yeah, they have the same type of intensity.
They have in the same grittiness.
Yeah,
raw, like very raw in its approach. Rough around the edges, if you will. There's a lot of things between punk and black metal that have similarities. They have similarities in how songs are put together, how tracks are constructed. So when he mentioned that to me, that piqued my interest. But then he said this song is not as punk as most of the other stuff on the record. This one has more of a rock and roll vibe, and it does.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of that black and rock and roll, similar like to bands like Midnight.
This one was more. I got a lot of rock and roll, but I feel like the black metal really came through in this song.
But it's not a pure black metal track.
No, it's just
the riff, the guitar sound on this song, the guitar riff. Maybe not the sound, but the riff itself. It almost feels like a Motorhead type riff.
It's very rock and roll. With the vocals and the whole the evilness of that riff. It has a lot of that black metal.
Yeah, let's say black metal is the big majority of the DNA of the track, for sure. But when you think about what's pushing the song forward, what's underneath the hood, if you had to lift up the hood, what's underneath the hood? To me, is rock and roll. It really is. I mean, when you look at black metal, you look at rock and roll, the two kind of go hand in hand. There's a lot of rock and roll in black metal. It really is. And a lot of bands that are really prolific in black metal have that base of rock and roll built into them. But I love this blackened rock and roll feel sound because it almost feels like you're listening to like a really gritty rock and roll song, but with a very dark atmosphere, very dark attitude. And harsh vocals and heavy vocals to it. I love this track. Yeah. And I love the fact that it's short, quick, to the punch. The guitars are really cool on it because the guitars have that rock and roll feel. Now, when it goes into the guitar solo has more of a black metal fragrance to it, I felt. But the riff itself feels very rock and roll.
It still had like a darkness to it from black metal, but it was
I think it comes more from the grittiness that the sound has, that raw aspect. It's not polished. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not like overly produced, like overly cleaned in the studio. It has that. It has the feel of a jam session, which is kind of like what the video was. Them just showing up, plugging the instruments, and just fucking playing and tearing it up. I love that sound. I love that raw aspect of it. And the bands that play this sort of sound, I really gravitate toward, because I like the fact that it's quick, it's to the point, it packs a punch. And it makes the songs memorable, because they tend to repeat themselves quite a bit in that short period of time, so it makes the songs very memorable. One of the reasons I'm a big fan of Midnight, because of that feel too, like that fast approach, hitting you hard, black rock and roll. Man, I'm just a huge fan of this style, of this sound.
Yeah,
so,
it's starting to become one of my favorite genres, like the mix between rock and roll and black metal.
Yeah, it just has this really incredible appeal to me.
Yeah.
Because it mixes a lot of things that I like. It mixes the darkness of black metal. It mixes the harshness of the vocals of black metal. But then it still sounds like pure rock and roll, the way the guitars sound. It has that jam feel to it. I love it. I love this combination of sound. So I really enjoy this track. I'm really glad that he reached out to us. By the way, what's the name of the band? Dispyt. The name of the song is Jag och Demonen. Something to do with the demon.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. That's Call on the Demon, maybe. I don't know.
That'd be cool if that's actually what it is.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm off the left field, but I'm assuming the last word means demon.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a fair assumption to have. All right. So, anyways, if you guys like this video, if you guys like this song, they have their album coming out December 11th. Is in a really small label. Go support these guys. There's going to be some information on the description of the video on how you can order the album and find out more information about the band. Do that, support these guys. Remember, right now, if you can support, do it, because these bands need all the help they can get. There's no live shows, there's nothing happening. And these guys are a small band on a very small label, so they could use all the help they could get.
Yeah.
All right? And they're good people. At least Matthias is. He's a good guy. And he plays bass.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I had no clue. When I said that before the video started, I had no clue he was going to show up playing bass. On this. It's just unreal. Anyways, don't go anywhere. There's another video coming right after this one. See you guys.
See ya.